Hey, good day. This is episode 21 of the Basement Tapes. I am at it again, and we are headed into a very exciting time of card collecting, I guess. Very interesting time. It was a wrapping up the 30s here. In the 30s, it seemed like we just started to get things going, and then it all falls apart in the beginning of the next decade. So, we're going to talk a little bit here about the 1937 Gallaher. I say the 1937 Gallaher, the Navy Park Drive variations. What the heck am I talking about? You might be asking yourself and myself. These are cards, according to Beckett. There's not a lot of information, but we'll learn more here in a second. 48 cards from 1937, the year of my mother's birth. And there's no value put to these on Beckett OPG. Let's see what TCDB says about these things. Not a lot. Also, it says 48 cards on the 1937 Gallaher Park Drive, the Navy. Let's see here. These are Navy cards, folks, and I believe they're from overseas. And we'll look at some of these in the back in the gallery section. Again, 48 cards. I own two of these. Which ones do I own? I have Eyes of the Fleet, and I have Piping the Admiral Aboard, which is sounds completely enchanting. But 48 cards. These are shaped kind of like the tobacco cards, and there's variations, 96 variations apparently in this thing, and too much to get into perhaps because there are a variation for each one. There's a Park Drive variation and a Gallaher variation. I assume, as we'll find out here in a second, that has to do with the tobacco brand that they were packaged with. Speaking of packaging, I see a nice little tin here. It says Gallaher's Rich Dark Honeydew Rubbed Out Tobacco, 50-gram net weight, Gallaher Ltd, Belfast and London. And what else we have here? The gallery. So let's look at the gallery here. Big old Navy boats and Navy personnel, all sorts of fun stuff. The first one is the HMS Repulse or Repulse. And the back of that says the Navy series of 48, number one. The bottom says issued by Gallagher Ltd, Virginia House, London and Belfast. Let's read the back of the HMS Repulse. HM ships Repulse, Renowned, and Hood form the battle cruiser squadron and are among the Navy's finest ships. The Repulse, completed in 1916, has an overall length of 794 feet, a displacement of 32,000 tons, and a complement of 1,200 officers and men, while her armament consists of 6 15-inch, 12 4-inch, and a number of smaller guns. Battle cruisers are really fast battleships, ready to execute and maneuver, which requires high speed, combining in a large degree fighting power and speed of movement. So, see a nice little seaboat there. Card number 2. We have sailors painting the anchor. Lots of fun stuff here. Of course, these are English and they are not in the ACC, American Card Catalog, or have not been given a designation. Even Jefferson Burdick had his limitations, I guess. There's an airplane taking off from the HMS Courageous, and lots of interesting, historically fascinating cards here. There is card number 6 is deck hockey. Deck hockey, and again, Park Drive cigarettes I'm using as an example here. But deck hockey is a very popular game in those of HM ships, which have sufficient deck space. It is played at a fast and furious pace, and there is no offside rule. For a ball or puck, as it is called, any old piece of wood supplied by the ship's carpenter is used. A large number of these pucks is used during a game as soon as they soon get hit overboard. The players shown in this picture are gun room officers in HMS Nelson. So, if you're a fan of the hockey, and you really want to have an oddball thing to check out, go check out Deck Hockey of the Park Drive Gallaher the Navy series. You'll find a really cool card. Lots of fun stuff on there. There is the dry canteen variation. This picture shows sailors enjoying a cooling drink in the dry canteen in a battleship, where different flavored soft fruit drinks, ices, and sundaes can be bought. Most of the cruisers and larger ships of the Royal Navy and some destroyers have been equipped with a dry canteen, which proves a very popular spot in hot weather. The Naval Canteen Company has recently adopted a proposal to install an air-cooled electric ice cream plant in C and D class cruisers on foreign stations. Why would you not want to join the British Navy when you can get some of that action? Anyway, again, there's the swabbing of the deck, or they call the holy stoning of the deck. Fun cards, nice little paintings on there, about the same size, if I recall, as your standard tobacco cards. So that is the 1937 Gallaher / Park Drive, the Navy cards, 48 total. It's got a rating of 10 from 2 voters on TCDB. So anyway, hope you enjoy that, and we will see you on the next one.